Hello and welcome to this TV Show 1 with another new video, and this time it is my Wrestelmania 31 prediction video. I know a lot of people have done this and I have seen a lot of their videos on YouTube, and of course it is coming up. It is Friday has passed, Thursday, SmackDown, the very last show before Wrestlemania 31 has passed, and so is NXT of course. I'm going to do my review of that probably on Sunday after I get back from a camp. But anyway, I'm going to get this one up nice and early here, WrestleMania 31 predictions. I probably won't be watching this, just a little disclosure. Probably won't be watching WrestleMania 31 until maybe Monday or Tuesday, as of course I live in Ireland and I'm going to watch it probably on the internet or whatever. And obviously it's on late, pretty much early Monday morning. And so I might as well watch it on Monday or Tuesday, probably Monday, preferably, as I want to watch it all and not get spoiled on the results. That's sort of my aim. But anyway, you guys can obviously, as I say in all my videos, leave your opinions below and, comment, subscribe, like, do all the things you can do and support me in those ways. And also tell me what videos you want me to do next. But of course, this is WrestleMania 31, a very important show for of course WWE and everyone else in general, all the fans. It's basically the focal point of the year. The whole road has been leading up to this, if not a lot of last year, of course. That whole Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns storyline, not really building up like that much, but the thing is, it's sort of, the two superstars have really been built up pretty well, and I'm going to go and get into all the matches announced for this card. Every single match, not just the ones that I think are on it, but like every single match that will be on the card, I will talk about. I will also talk about some of the stuff at the end, which will be into a little bonus section there. But really, I want to focus here on WrestleMania 31 predictions, and of course I will do a WrestleMania 31 review, and this will be my Road to WrestleMania series pretty much complete. After that, things on my channel may quiet down a little, but of course, coming over the Easter break, as I have 2 weeks off starting now, I will get some more videos up probably. What I want to think of doing is continue on with that. I'm going to do a Royal Rumble 1993 review, and apart from that, I'll obviously do my weekly NXT reviews as usual. Of course, that new coming up later on Sunday. I know it was on Wednesday, but I got it up very late. Probably will get up very late this week, as I haven't actually seen it. I sort of know results on that one, but enough waffling really. That's just a lot of stuff that really is coming up my channel. I may do a notice video, or you may just see me posting videos over the next couple of weeks. But let's go in and get to the predictions. So let's get in with this predictions video by saying a little bit of background. Basically, this one is going to be held on the 29th of April, which is of course this Sunday, or sorry, March. Wrong month there, but anyway, it was going to be Santa Clara, California, so Western time. I'm not sure what time it's starting at in California, of course, in America. But let's get to the matches. Our first match I'm going to talk about is the AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins, with one of the Nikki Bella, or being the NXT champion at the moment, right? Paige and AJ Lee. Let me talk about those guys for gals, I should say. First off, yeah, I mean the build-up has been a little weird. AJ Lee obviously been out for a while. She's kind of come up in the last few months. Back from her whatever injury she had, she's back here, and all the rumors about her not staying around. And what I said, I think maybe last month, the month before that, how she would leave. Of course, she's stayed here for the build of WrestleMania and WrestleMania itself. It is a bit disappointing, as I've heard other people say, that there was a Divas Championship match on Raw, the previous Raw this week. It should have been definitely on the pay-per-view, but of course they want to have as many people on the show as possible partaking. I mean, last year we had a very forgettable Divas Battle Royale, in my opinion, Vicky Guerrero Invitational, but this year I think will be slightly better. I mean, a more focused in match, and I think that just makes it better. I mean, I'm not going to talk the Andre the Giant Memorial just yet, but again, for this Divas one, I think it needs to stick to 4. That they need to focus on these 4 characters. I mean, definitely being the most built characters really to have. So I think it was a sensible choice. But I mean, having the Divas Championship be not on, it sort of takes away the prestige of the championship. Only keeping it on Raw, it feels like not very important. I mean, I mean, it's not the traditional way to do it. Over the past couple of years, of course, they've liked doing Divas tag matches, and I really think this shows just a little bit of how they're not putting enough effort into the Divas division. I mean, all those hashtag give Divas a chance, it has some truth to it, but I'm not going to get into this in this video. Anyway, let's just talk about who's going to win. First off, what is it again? Oh yeah, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella versus AJ Lee and Paige. And my prediction is that AJ Lee and Paige will win this one. Yeah, I know, not a very original choice. I know a lot of people might agree with me in that one because, well, we've seen sort of Nikki Bella and Brie Bella get one up them, but on previous occasions. So it would definitely make a lot more sense for them to come out on top in this one. I mean, yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, that's my sort of predictions right there. I don't know, I'm saying this really weird, but yeah, I definitely think this is the way it's going to go. I don't know why I talked about this one first, because this is not the first one on the show. I think there's like 6th match on the card, and yeah, that's all I think of it, really. Hopefully they got some good spots in this match. I know there probably will be. They're pretty talented wrestlers, and we might see the Divas champion get her ass whipped. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, on our pre-show, we are going to have a tag team fatal 4-way match. The last time we seen this, it was kind of forgettable last year, but anyway, it is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. It was sort of predicted. It is Tyson Kidd and Cesaro of the Wrestling Club, the the Tag Team Champions. Sorry about that. I always talk about NXT. But anyway, they're with Natalia versus the New Day, Biggie and Kofi Kingston, with Xavier Woods versus Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando, with El Torito versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso with Naomi. So there's a lot of supporting roles here. As some people have said, a lot of different races, whatever. We got the Mexicans. We got a sort of European-like team with and a Canadian as the champions. We've got Samoans, and who else do we have? The black team. So yeah, I mean, it just shows the tag teams division at the moment. It's in a sort of revival stage, really, where they're trying to make a lot of new tag teams here, and a lot of them are not working out. But there is just there is a little bit of a confusion in what's going on here at the moment. New Day, I think, are alright, and I think they could be contenders. And the Matadores really don't have a chance, in my opinion. The Usos, just forget about them. Sorry, not forget about them. The Usos are really those guys that, we love to watch, and they're serious competitors. But for me, I don't think the Usos are going to win it at this stage. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if they did. But no, I don't think the route that we're going to take is have the Usos come out as champions. I think they're taking a little more surprising route on this one. And the Usos may come very, very close, but I think Kidd and Cesaro will eventually get hold and dominate down on the Usos. I mean, they've got to look strong. They're just... You can't stop pushing Cesaro at this point, really. I don't know. I think a lot of people complain if Cesaro loses this one. So I think that Kidd and Cesaro will probably win this one. The New Day, Biggie and Kofi Kingston will come short as well, but Los Matadores will just not stand a chance. So definitely the Usos and the New Day, I think they're very skilled competitors, and they're very rightfully there. You can definitely see those guys winning, but Kidd and Cesaro need to prove their power and be pushed as much as possible for this match here. I think it would be great to see them come out and make them just add prestige to them as a tag team, not just the championship, but the fact that they come out ahead of 6 other men to reign victorious. Right, so Kidd and Cesaro, my predictions of winning the Fatal 4-Way match. Right, in our next one we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. I think this is in order of matches, if I'm not mistaken. There is of course a 20-man battle royale for the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy, but apparently it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so it's 20 men all competing in this Andre the Giant Battle Royale. I mean, it's the second year we've had it. I think it's pretty cool that we've had it 2 years in a row. I mean, some people don't think that's true. It should have just been 1 year. Maybe they should just do it a few years, and maybe not keep it up very annually, but they could bring it back. I'm thinking they can have it this year, they can have a few next year, but maybe not do it every year, because it would just make the card kind of stale for WrestleMania. I mean, I'm not saying don't put it on a smaller show. I mean, that's a possibility, but I think it should be a yearly thing, but I don't think it should be actually yearly. Sorry, I think it should be a sort of, on an odd chance they might have this one, if that makes sense. Or maybe if it is a memorial for another wrestler, they could have a sort of specialized memorial for that person. Like Ultimate Warrior, he's got the Warrior Award. I mean, they're doing this lately, and it's definitely a good thing. But just my opinion is that, you know, it might be a bit overdone here. So they're doing it the second year. Our announced participants, I'm pretty sure this is all the participants who are actually in it, are The Miz, Curtis Axel, Ryback, Fandango, Adam Rose, Zack Ryder, that's interesting, Jack Swagger, Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, Big Show, Kane, Eric Rowan, Damien Mizdow, Sin Cara, Goldust, Heath Slater, Mark Henry, Connor Victor, obviously from the Ascension, and recently announced, I think sure today, from NXT, Hideo Itami. So that is some very interesting choices there. I mean, a lot of mix and a lot of distinctions from those different wrestlers there. Quite interesting with the mix that they have. Personally, I think it's sort of a little less important than last year. It feels a lot more B-class players, really. But, you know, it's sort of obvious who's going to win this one. It's got to be Damien Mizdow. I mean, he's got the biggest pop. He's going to overcome the Miz at this one. I mean, this one might, like, I think that it's one of those Dark Horse matches that could be great, or it could be just very unforgettable, and I think that no one's really expecting this to be a good match. So Damien Mizdow could have some great spots, and I guess last year it was kind of amazing to see Cesaro sort of do that slam of Big Show. I know it was very interesting. I don't think it's going to top that, but again, Damien Mizdow, if he comes out top, I will be very, very overjoyed. And yeah, it's sort of the obvious choice in my opinion. He would be the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. But the big problem I have with him winning that trophy is that, is it really much of a win for him? Because Cesaro won back last year and he was given a slight push, but again, he's not really doing much. Of course, he's a champion, but he wasn't pushed from that trophy. It didn't mean anything to him. It didn't involve in any stories. Maybe we could see you know, Damien Mizdow would have been a bit more of a story with that trophy and maybe carry it around or something, or actually do a proper celebration on Raw or something. You know, we could see some stuff coming from the trophy that we did not see with Cesaro. So that's my choice, Damien Mizdow. Our third match is Brock Lesnar, champion. No, I'll talk about it. Sorry, that's the main event. Why am I talking about that first? I'm talking about let's see, Bad News Barrett, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Rusev, R-Truth versus Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper versus Dolph Ziggler versus Stardust versus Daniel Bryan. Is a 7-man. I think Daniel Bryan in this one is a 7-man for the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. I watched a cool video package. This is going to be the 11th ladder match in WrestleMania history, and it is a very interesting match. I'll definitely be looking forward to this one. I think I was actually more looking forward to some of the matches in this one than last year, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. Bad News Barrett, of course, the reigning Intercontinental Champion. His reign has been pretty good. I like the character. I think you should stick with that. Whoever is going to come out has to prove himself, and I'm sort of out of a little bit of disagreement who I think should win this one. On one hand, we got Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan really is a main class player there, and you know what? There's a rumours that he's going to win. But for me, I don't know if I would think he's going to win. We've also got Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, Stardust. Okay, who am I going to rule out? I'm going to rule out R-Truth winning, Luke Harper or Stardust. But again, I think Dean Ambrose may win. But I think it's more likely to be Dolph Ziggler or Daniel Bryan, even though my Bad News Barrett may retain, but I don't think that's very likely myself. So, if I had to choose, I'm going to have to go with Daniel Bryan. I mean, of course, it's just sort of the obvious choice there. If I had to go for a second choice there, I think that probably Dolph Ziggler win, or apart from that, Banis Barrett. For my main choice is going to be Daniel Bryan winning the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. I mean, it would prove so much, and it would be pretty amazing. I mean, that's up to everyone there. It's going to be a really exciting match and fast-paced, probably. Hopefully, it will be memorable and will go into the Wrestlemania files and archives. And hopefully, we will see actually more than one star is made. Maybe Dolph Ziggler will get a big push here or whatever, and be shown in a starlight way. If Banis Barrett may, even though he might lose this one, he's not going to be buried. Definitely, guys. If you're complaining that Banis Barrett, something will happen to him bad here. It's a ladder match, okay, so they make it into a ladder match, so it's not going to look like he's going to be buried at WrestleMania at all. I mean, he doesn't have to win weekly or whatever. He can win pretty strong looking. So yeah, my prediction is Daniel Bryan's going to win that. No really surprise there for that match. Okay, so now the fourth match I'm going to talk about after, of course, the tag team Fatal 4-Way opening match, the 6-man ladder match, the Battle Royale, and of course, this will be the fourth match. Right, so who is in it but Sting versus Triple H. Yes, this is a singles match with pretty big build-up. I mean, we see major changes sort of in the storyline taking place over the last 2 months, and we've sort of been building up to a lot of, all to a confrontation between Sting and Triple H. Anyway, as the match approached, we obviously saw this sort of build up and, alleviate to something bigger, something better, and, well, what do we get? We get a sort of rivalry that, in my opinion, it kind of fell short of epic, as I would think. Triple H was built up, as he always is. You don't really need to build up Triple H more than he is. Everyone knows who he is, the King of Kings. But for me, Sting was just sort of, wasn't shown, maybe. He's only sort of being mysterious, and really, it doesn't seem like the greatest battle ever, because for, viewers who don't really know Sting, obviously he had a great career. His whole story, I don't know. For me, it's a little bit of, I don't know, I want to say a letdown, but a Sting, I don't think it's a strong story, in my opinion. The match that led up to this, I'm still pretty excited for this one, though. I don't know how Sting's doing at the moment in his whole physical career. I guess he's prepared mentally, but is he really prepared physically for this one with Triple H? Yeah, so I know he might be retiring soon. Maybe WrestleMania 32 against, I don't know, Undertaker could be his last match. But anyway, before that, we have this one with Triple H. So yeah, when I heard the news, I was excited. I'm excited right now about this match. Going into predictions for this one, I am predicting. For this one, all the sort of build-up has been building to to Sting winning. Sorry, I think Triple H will be pretty strong in this one, and both men seem to know what they're doing in the ring, and coming out strong in this one. I really struggled to think of my winner. But really, if I'm going to think about it, and think hard about it, I would say that I'm not going to think Triple H will win. But if I had to think about it, yeah, I think Sting will actually win this one. It just makes more sense. I mean, Sting's going to be around, for months or whatever, however how long he's been, a few years. This is his big comeback, and I don't know, I think that it feels right for him to come to the WWE and win, and show how strong of a competitor and a foe he is, and how much WWE have sort of marked as not worthy. But really, that would be the perfect part of wrestling. That would sort of make a part of WrestleMania for me, having Sting win that match. And I don't know if anyone else would agree with me on that one, but really it seems that would be the perfect way to end that match. I don't even know if that's going to happen, but we'll see as time tells. And of course, it is on tomorrow. I know I said I might post this on well, Friday, but I'm going to post it on Sunday. Anyway, sorry about muttering there. Alright, fifth match I'm going to talk about, and it is one of the most anticipated matches of the card. That is right, The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. Right, this one is this match, really. Yeah, I know, I've pretty much predicted what I'm going to think of this one. Let's go in and talk about it. Basically, The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. Undertaker, of course, lost last year against Brock Lesnar, and The Undertaker going into this one is at a little bit of a, I say a mental disadvantage, but really, Bray Wyatt is clearly... It's actually great build-up, in my opinion, because we have not seen Undertaker the way I think it should be. We don't know how he's going to come back, what state he will be in mentally, physically, where his character is going to go. Is he going to be a little bit different this year, or is his mentality going? And of course it's going to be a bit different this year. I mean, everything has changed since WrestleMania 30, when it was going in to defend the streak, to WrestleMania 31 going in. Well, what are his motives? Because his motives must be different this time. Maybe not to embarrass himself, or just, you know, to keep intact. I mean, there could be a physical breakdown in the ring, and Bray Wyatt is definitely the perfect competitor that The Undertaker could have, as he is one of those people who can mentally break down, as we've seen last year at WrestleMania 30 with John Cena and Bray Wyatt. Yeah, so this one is sort of split, and I think that... No, sorry, it's not split. I think that Bray Wyatt definitely has the chance of winning this one, and I think he will do it. I know a lot of people... I know one person I've heard of saying that it would be the perfect way of Undertaker to lose his last 3 matches. So against Brock Lesnar, Sting this year, and maybe... Bray Wyatt this year, and maybe Sting next year. We never know what's going to happen if he's going to go on to WrestleMania 32, but we do have that news confirmed, of course, that is here at WrestleMania 31. And that card is all set up. And The Undertaker, well, The Undertaker, this is probably my most anticipated match of the card. Obviously, sort of tying up there with the Brock Lesnar. Will he defend his championship against the likes of Roman Reigns? But, you know, that one is quite a significant moment, just like Sting finally coming back to WWE would be. Right, so yes, The Undertaker will lose against Bray Wyatt. It is going to be a great match. I hope so. Judging by WrestleMania 30, it will definitely be quite a mental, and the crowd will hopefully be on the edge of the seats. The crowd actually does quite matter in this whole WrestleMania that I'm talking about here. I mean, you really want them to be on their top seats so that you can get involved, that you feel quite involved. Because when the crowd are like that, you sort of have this atmosphere that is built up as just, like, a supernatural feel to it. And I think that we may just eventually reach a climax with this match, depending where it is on in the card. Right, did I talk about the Divas match? I'm not sure, but anyway, let's talk about the next match on the card. Okay, so let's go in and talk about the next match. And this one happens to be another pretty major match on the card. It is Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins, with Joey Mercury and JB Noble, who are part of J&J Security. Of course, this match does have a very big storyline, one of the biggest storylines of the whole WWE, being the authority sort of angle thing here. Randy Orton recently getting his head stuck in the door in the whole WrestleMania build-up, and we sort of know he would make his place to WrestleMania, and yes, here he is at WrestleMania, finally making it along in one of these pretty major matches. I know Seth Rollins is one of those guys who has been given this opportunity, and he's definitely not letting it waste. He has the Money Bank briefcase, and apart from that, he's doing perfect for himself in this sort of position of importance, and he really is keeping the pressure of the crowd. You know, he's definitely showing himself to be a main event person. and really his skills in ring, and character wise, it's definitely a great, enjoyable character to watch week in and week out. And going into this, I was really excited to see his performance, a pretty major performance for him this time round, at one of the major shows, at WrestleMania 31, the most important show of the year. He's got to make a great contest, and this was why I'm very looking forward to this match. Randy Orton obviously recently returned, new babyface type character. Seth Rollins sort of got away from the whole authority, but he's still got changes, security. But anyway, Randy Orton, he has come into the storyline as the big babyface monster of a person, in a good sense that he's going to use it for good. He's very powerful. He has a sort of charisma that, and a style of wrestling that cannot be countered or topped. And of course the RKO, I don't know where the whole thing behind that, him being unstoppable, I think will go in well with this, and see if Seth Rollins can really be stopped. For my predictions on this match here, I'm thinking, very skilled wrestlers and capable wrestlers on both sides. I think that maybe Randy Orton will win. This is my theory, guys. Randy Orton will win this match, right? And later on the night, Seth Rollins, I think, will get so hopped up about that he's going to try and cash in his Money in the Bank later that night. If he does cash it in, he will go for, of course, Brock Lesnar, maybe capturing him right at the end of the night. And I think that in order for him to get into that position, he will have to lose against Randy Orton. Randy Orton will have a great win here, and the crowd will pop for that. So I think it's a win-win situation. Seth Rollins can then later on be involved for that Money in the Bank match. But for me, I think for his character, it's just basically putting him over the edge. I mean, he's usually very clever and content with what he's clever, and I am clever, but knowing when and where is the right situation to cash in. And in this moment, it's probably not against Brock Lesnar, but he's going to try and go for the very end of the match, and maybe he will actually not get to cash in, or else if he does cash in, he will lose. I don't think that he should probably cash in WrestleMania, maybe the night after or something like that, really to heat things up, to make it even more anticipating, but and to give, of course, whoever wins in that main event a bit more of a celebration and importance. I think that Seth Rollins will have to lose this match. So I predict Randy Orton will beat Seth Rollins in this singles match. Just wild prediction there, okay? Right. Next match, and I don't know how many matches I've talked about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Okay, I got 2 more to talk about, I'm pretty sure. Obviously got that big main event, and now the other match that I'm going to talk about is Rusev versus John Cena. The big Bulgarian brute taking on John Cena for the United States Championship. I don't know if I've talked about this match yet, but I don't know, I was really excited going into this one. Personally, going that, it's just... Could it be the end for Rusev's big reign he's got going on there? Yeah, so of course you've probably heard a lot of people say, go out there, and yes, I'm going to agree on this one. John Cena pretty much has to win at this show. I mean, we've seen Rusev defend so many times before, and after, what is it, been like a year or something, I mean, since Royal Rumble 2013, or 2014, can you believe, back then, he's been pretty dominant and sent here to the WWE as a fierce competitor from NXT, and NXT is just a sort of sign of how NXT is doing, where people like this can get into the main event from all corners of WWE, and this is definitely very NXT orientated WrestleMania. We've seen a lot of people like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, of course, Dean Ambrose is even on the show, 3 members of the Shield who used to be in NXT, great competitors, and also Hideo Itami stick his head in that Andre the Giant Battle Royale Memorial, whatever. But here he is, John Cena versus Rusev. Quite an important match, and definitely it's sort of obvious that John Cena will win. All that John Cena power he has. I think it's definitely going to be going his way this time round for this show, and I don't really have any doubt about it, that one. Because, John Cena, he is the leader of the C Nation. He's just pretty much legendary in his WrestleMania status as winning them all. And, it's definitely his time to take down Rusev. It feels like the right moment. It feels like WrestleMania is the time for John Cena. I mean, this could be one of his last big wins at WrestleMania, if you believe it. One of his last big pay-per-view wins. I mean, probably not, of course, but, this will be one of his last WrestleManias if he decides, whatever, to quit. If rumors are true, which they probably aren't. But, I mean, this could be, think of it, one of his last big babyface wins. A lot of things can change in a year, and so I think John Cena is going to run with this. He's going to take the United States Championship and go back to his home, back in WrestleMania, whatever it was, 20, when he beat John Cena for the Big Show. He is John Cena for the United States Championship, and ever since then, he's been capturing so many championships. This is just a return to his home roots. That was 11 years ago, but he's back again for that original championship. And I don't know, I think it will be a great retrospective of his career, and it just means so many things. I mean, regardless of what you think of John Cena, I mean, me considering, I think he should win. I think that he will win. And so that sort of lines up there. Rusev will definitely have a pretty good go at John Cena, and he's quite dominant, and so it will be a hard match to watch for some, as John Cena gets kicked around. I definitely don't think it will be an easy one for him. The WWE can make it look as Rusev as close as possible to a win, that it will be people on their edge of the seats. I will literally probably be on the edge of the seat as pinfalls come closer and closer, and everything builds to a climax. So definitely looking forward to that one. Rusev losing and John Cena defeating Rusev for the United States Championship. Right, now, you've all been waiting for it, so let's do it. You've probably skipped forward to this if you need to see it, but it is, of course, the main event of WrestleMania 32 from San Francisco Valley, Santa Clara, and it is, of course, singles match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The current WWE World Heavyweight Championship champion, Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns. Yes, oh yes, here it is. What a great build to this one, guys. I mean, not being sarcastic, these guys have been built for a very long time. I know I talked about this on previous occasions and how this would go, and of course this is actually our main event. All my talk in my podcast, my fast lanes, it has all really gone to this. I know I thought Daniel Bryan would get a bigger spot, but things change, and my opinions were so varied as I hadn't really been watching Raws. I still don't really. So my WWE connection isn't really as good as it used to be, or I never really say I've been an expert in anything. But for this one, it was Roman Reigns going on against Brock Lesnar. Definitely made definite in the last month or so. And so, ever since then, things have been heating up, I guess. And Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns have been getting close as possible without really beating each other up or anything like that. And so, some may think that it was kind of stupid for them not to beat each other up. I think it was a little bit like, why did you do that? But anyway, here it is. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. What am I going to think of this one? The champion has definitely been dominant for a light and insignificant description of what he has been doing in the WWE recently. Brock Lesnar. Wow, how do we start with this guy? It's a monster, and one of those guys that once he starts, he cannot stop. He moves on you, he dominates, and he has been doing exactly that. Scary competitor, and Roman Reigns is that one guy who really wasn't going to back down, because it's not really his skill that's going to get him to the top. It's courage, and they've definitely been building this up for that whole WrestleMania 31. It's been the theme of the show, basically. I mean, for me to talk about this main event, I really don't have to go into detail, without you guys pretty much knowing this is the main event. And of course, there's no match that was going to replace it. Whatever people say about it being insignificant, I can agree with them in one sense of the word, but really, you have to look forward to the match. Maybe not for the in-ring skill, per se, but more for the actual whole story build-up and play out of the story through the match. My predictions for this main event of WrestleMania 31 goes to... wait for it. I'm going with Roman Reigns. I know that Brock Lesnar is back, and that whole thing about him, keeping that championship for a very long time. But come on, Roman Reigns, I think, will dominate all. That's what my sort of instinctions are telling me. I'm sort of, don't get me wrong, I'm hoping that Brock Lesnar wins this one. Just for the fact that I think he's a dominant beast, and it would only be right. But this is WrestleMania, guys, and things like this happen. And so I think Roman Reigns will do it. There's no point for that build-up unless he does something big, and this is the biggest thing he can do. And of course, the whole Seth Rollins thing could be tied in after this, on next, obviously, Go Home Raw. So things are changing very quickly, and things can definitely change on a dime in WrestleMania 31, and my opinions might even change tomorrow, just as WrestleMania has passed or something. Like, I haven't even seen it yet, or whatever, tonight. I might go, oh, no, why did I say that? But I don't know. I think that's sort of where my instinctions are going, and that's where the most important my mindset has put me at. So, Roman Reigns will defeat Brock Lesnar in some feat of strength somehow, someplace. It is going to make him look spectacular. And this is WWE's last-ditch attempt to make the crowd falter and go, yeah, Roman Reigns is the guy. But, put him in this storyline with someone else. But I think that Brock Lesnar, I don't know how it's going to be done. I don't know what we are thinking. I never really know. But for sure, this one is definitely a doozy of a main event. And I like that. It's being a WrestleMania of what is definitely towards the main event, of course. What is actually going on. It's really unpredictable. Unlike last year, of course, where it was a straight cut path for Daniel Bryan to become the World Heavyweight Champion. This one is more of a wiggly line through the sand, and lots of different outcomes like a tree. And so it for me, it is a very exciting time to be, and the whole main event is sitting on a dime, as I said. So thank you guys for watching. This is me, Jewish1. I'm pretty much signing up on that. My predictions for you guys, of course, and then last one I said Roman Reigns defeating the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Right, that has been my predictions there for you guys, as I said just a second ago, before I just talked over myself there. But anyway, you can leave your comments below. Of course, communicate with me. I've seen one of my videos got a lot of views, and I just wanted you guys to know that I would like you to support me and, give me more feedback if necessary. And, give your opinion on what you think is going to happen in WrestleMania, as you might be interested in this whole sport and thing that I'm watching here, the entertainment thing, WWE itself, and all of wrestling. So there you go for that. What else I'm going to talk about? Other video sort of scheduling system, as I said, is going on. I don't really have much information on that yet. I thought I'm probably going to get my NXT review up today. If you're not watching this, as you probably won't be watching it today, or on Sunday, you might be watching it near future, over April or whatever. Don't know when you're watching it, but anyway, it definitely, my scheduling will probably pick up just as slightly over this Easter break, and after that, it all really sits up, and it could go anyway for that after that. But really, I hope you watch this or whenever the matches I'm having now. You can see them all on commentaries, whatever, on my channel. And I've got my Royal Rumble 1993 review probably coming up tomorrow or in the next couple of days. Of course, my WrestleMania 31 review coming up probably on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday maybe being the most possible. That's going to be a pretty big one. I hope you're looking forward to that one. And some pretty great uploads coming up in the future, if I may say so myself, or major uploads. And next, obviously, going up those NXT reviews, keeping those up, my storyline of that, and those classic Raw. I probably might do another video if I'm going to stop those, and any more notice videos, maybe a future plan. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to like, comment below, favorite, and do all the stuff you can. Subscribe, most importantly, and I hope you have a good day and a good time on supporting wrestling, and I hope you watch WrestleMania and enjoy it. And remember that even if your best wrestler doesn't win, you had a good time watching it, and that is the most important thing. Sorry about that cheesy ending, guys. Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Tuesday one, and see you next time.